In three, two, one, go. Hi guys, my name is Enzo and welcome back to the Captain's Lounge. Today I'm joined in by a returning guest. We have Zenith from the Heart Home Exorcist as my co-host. So Zenith, say hi to the gang.
Okay, hello, good day everybody. My name is Zenith, also known as Melan. I am the captain of the Heart Home Exorcist and sasamahan ko na ang inyong pambansang chismoso bilang ang pambansang chismosong captain ng PPTL.
May subcategory pala yon. So, today, our topic is all about the player's perspective, and now we're joined by two prominent players. We have Asterisk from the Hammerlock Smashers and Kun from Vermilion Thunderclap. So, let's start with Asterisk. Kindly give us a quick intro about yourself. So, yeah.
Hi, so I'm Asterisk. I bet the community better knows me as Billy, no? So I've been playing for around 10 years now, as far as VGC goes. And in terms of PPTL, I've played in all seasons. So that's all the way from back then we used Facebook threads for everything. And, something notable about myself. So I recently quit my job. So pretty much VGC lang tayo ngayon. And
Wow.
currently I'm playing for Hammerlock Smashers. And then I'm giving the floor to Kun.
Hello everyone, my name is Kun from Vermilion Thunderclap. I started playing BGC since the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it's my third season in the PPTL. Something notable about myself is that I top cut multiple tournaments like the Philippine Game Challenge, Final Gambit, and my best achievement so far is qualifying for Pokemon Worlds 2024 last year.
Wow. Okay, so we have a lot of heavyweights here, Zenith.
Pamabigatin pala.
Oo nga eh. So, ayun. Uh, First of all, we just like to thank you both for accepting the invite for the Captain's Lounge. Hopefully, comfy kayo dito sa ating medyo gloomy club room ngayon kasi medyo maulan-ulan while we're shooting this. So, ayun. Except for Kun, I think in your place, medyo nandiyan pa si
Medyo
Groudon.
mainit pa pero may konting kulog.
Pelipper pa lang yung nandiyan, wala pa si Kyogre, no? Alright. So, again, our topics this time will be revolving around the player's perspective of the PPTL. So I just want to ask for your thoughts on the draft night. What were your thoughts? Do you have any captains that you want to be in? What were your thoughts? Who do you dread that would pick you? How much do you think you're gonna be worth? Anything under the sun? Anything under the sun? You think was going through your mind back then? Let's start with
Right.
Asterisk.
I'm gonna start here. So when Enzo initially invited me to this podcast, merong parang nakaset tayong team. And I think we can see it with the guests here, with myself and si Kun. So we're looking at players na very sought after ng captains nila. So we're like reacquired players, so to speak. And we've affectionately called these players as prisoners. Don't take that offensively, no? So it's just kind of like a meme for players, but. Uh, So, going to the draft night, no, what I think was really emphasized dun sa parang naging outcome na yun is the community aspect of PPTL. So, when you look at our captains, so si Snormax from Vermilion Thunderclap and si Rikyu from Hammerlock Smashers, no, these captains are relatively new to the community compared to the other captains. So, limited yung parang like reach nila to the rest of the community. And I think we're seeing a bit of a glow up. Kasi although they reacquired their players and Asterisk and Kun for as a source of comfort, nakita rin natin na lumaki yung parang roster nila in terms of the vibe, yung liveliness nila. I think Vermilion Thunderclap acquired really fun players like si Ice and si Jasper no this season. So definitely a glow up. And sa Hammerlock naman, I'm very happy to have si Excel and si Pao no, their team as notable example. So definitely doon natin makikita how PPTL can expand the players' horizons, even if it's like a team sport, so to speak. Individually, you get to grow as a player kung gaano kalawak yung reach and yung how many people you know in the community. So definitely, it's got a lot to do about companionship and friendship.
Yeah, and that's the main point of the PPTL. Aside from having fun while playing VGC, it's building your network, having friends. So I guess this speaks to you. This actually applies to you the most. For 10 years, I'm pretty sure that most of your friends or close friends are from the community as well. I'm guessing. I hope I'm right. Or am I wrong?
That's definitely true talaga. Throughout the years, nakita niyo ako from being like the bunso of the community and to now, may signs of aging na ako. So, definitely a big part of my life.
Grabe nun sa signs of aging. If you have signs of aging, what about the never mind. I'm shooting myself on the foot. So ayun. Kun, how about you? Dito pala.
During the NAF night, I think it would be challenging for the captain since there are so many talented players that are free agents. So, iniisip ko, paano nila makakapitalize yung network nila para makakuha ng isang key player na sa tingin nila na makakapag-bring up sa kanila ng panalo.
So you're thinking mostly on the captain's side, ganon. Okay, that's good. Honestly, you know what, guys? Isa sa fear na sagot ko dito from you guys was, wala, tinulugan ko lang yung draft night eh. Bahala na bukas. Surprise! Pero buto na ganun sa inyo. That's just me thinking. Pero ayun. So, Zenith, do you have any questions for our prominent guest? Sought after guest.
Actually, that's a very good lead up into our next question. Is actually yun nga, seeing as kayo yung reacquired players ng inyong respective captains, how does it feel to be one of these sought after players, or as Billy mentioned kanina, these prisoners? We can start with Kun this time.
For me, it's parang may pressure siya na tama. Kasi yung amount na ina-accumulate para sa amin, yung amount na rin para sa amin is masyadong mataas. So, for us, kailangan namin mag-step up para maka-bring up ng magandang result para sa team.
Oh, I remember I saying the same thing during the draft night na parang if you have this certain amount under your name, parang sa Pirates ng One Piece, you have this bounty on you, this value that you have to be you're kind of pressured to keep up to the reputation or to the value, no? So ganun pala, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it too, sorry.
And actually, I was gonna say nga na, speaking of bounties, let's pass the mic to Mr. 21M himself.
Yeah. So as Zenith said, no, 21M. So it's what Kun said speaks a lot to my experience kasi 21M is like over 65% ng budget of Hammerlock when they drafted me. So it's true. I agree that there's a certain amount of pressure kasi they invested that much into me, and I feel like as a player who was considered to be that worth in credits, I should match that with my results. But last season my performance was quite satisfactory. I got into the top of the individual players, even if I didn't make it to the playoffs. So this season, I want to do even better than that. So nothing changes. Just win, keep winning my matches, and I'm not too worried. I think it's gonna be a fun season, and I hope I get to play a lot of strong players again.
Nice. Just another hard day's work, ika nga nila. Focus lang sa goal. Ayos yan. So, I just want to ask, because this is something that we asked on the previous episode, we asked the captains about their perspective sa PPTL. Like, how does it feel like to lead a team and whatnot? Mga troublesome players. No, troublesome. Strong personality pala. Sorry. Mga issues and whatnot. Mga ganong bagay, how to handle. But in your case, from a player's perspective, how does it feel like to be in a team with partly grown-ups, partly young ones, and a mix of both sometimes? How does it feel like? Sobrang layo kasi minsan ng mga different backgrounds eh. Tapos, you're gonna play a competitive game. Tapos, how does that work out for you? What's your perspective as a player sa PPTL, kumbaga? Let's start with Asterisk.
Yeah, so that's interesting question, no? Kasi as a person who's played in the PPTL for so long, I've been in like different backgrounds. I was once the young player who had so much free time, and now I'm experiencing adult who still plays the game, and has to balance it with other aspects of life. So if you have people of different backgrounds in the team, now I see, no, now that I'm in this position, that you just have to be a bit more flexible on how you work things out with, with practice and everything. It doesn't have to be always like the top priority, but you always find a way to be able to enjoy the game. And yun, keyword is enjoyment. Back then when I was younger, I was much of a sweaty player back and practice, study the matchups. And now, technically, I'm still a bit sweaty of a player. I medyo try hard pa rin, but you have to you have to find the perfect balance talaga para hindi intrusive, yung enjoyment mo of the game to the other aspects of your life. And enjoy. Don't take the losses too hard, and always see a battle as a new matchup, as an opportunity to experience great players, and as a fun opportunity, not something na mape-pressure ka like, oh, next week I'm playing against this one, kinakabahan ako, I have to prepare so much, no, just to perform. So I don't think that's the right way to do it. And yeah, yun talaga, enjoy lang and balance it.
Hashtag enjoyment and balance. That's actually a really good perspective because a lot of players, especially the new ones, would have this pressure na, oh, I'm going to face against a veteran or someone who's, ano ba, for the lack of better term, fossilized na sa PPTL or sa PGP. So, ano siya, there are people na parang, teka lang, I have to do this. And some of the old folks would be like, teka lang, alam ko na to bakit ko kailangan mga ganyan? So, there's a lot of dynamics. And as you mentioned, the keyword is enjoyment. Go back to the roots of the PPTL, of the game, basically na enjoy lang. So, that's really good and insightful. Kun?
For me naman is, how can you learn from your previous match? So last season, I'm the highest paid player, like 10 million ata yun. Then, I always do, sorry,
Go, go, go. Okay
nabubo.
lang. Okay lang
Ah,
yan.
Sorry po, kabado. Last season, I think my net worth is 10 million, and after that season, I compared myself to Billy. So being the second most expensive player, and I compared our record, and nung tinignan ko is siya nasa top 5 ata, top 3. Samantalang ako, negative yung record ko. So 5 lose, 6 wins. So based on that, para sa akin, kailangan kong mag-reflect sa mga matches ko kung paano ka matututo sa mga past na results, kung paano mo may improve yung sarili mo.
Nice. So, you kind of look up to Billy in a way para, or compared yourself to Billy. So, Billy, ano mong, may advice ka ba para kay Kun sa mga ganyan?
Yeah, so first of all, it's an honor, no, to see na Kun, yung world rep natin from last year, sees me as some kind of a benchmark na to see how he can improve as a player. So, yeah, very interesting. And I think, I think Kun has got it, everything right naman. Learn from every experience, be it a win or a loss, there's always something to be learned. And I myself, like ko rin yan sa akin last season, I've lost to, like, I think that was Cypher, no? Like 0-2, like purely outplayed ako nun. And, I took it as a learning experience na there's still so much areas for me to improve on. And there's one naman na I played with another old friend of mine, si Dodge. And, that game, I feel like it could have gone either way. Like, it went to game 3 and it went to a little rock slide flinch. And what I took from that experience naman, no, as Kun always said, there's always something. And what I learned from that game naman is, don't let one loss or one bad experience in a match affect the rest of like your games or the rest of the season. Kasi at the end of the day, Pokemon has like an RNG factor to it. So look at what you can improve on and let go dun sa mga bagay na you don't really have much of a control. So yeah, pretty sound reflection on Kun's part na there's always something to learn from sa mga experiences mo. It's an honor na consider it that way.
Nagulat ka ba? Na-pressure ka ba? So, you know what? When you said don't let one loss get you down or something to that extent, naalala ko yung isa sa sinasabi namin sa Anistar before. Don't let one match or one loss define you. Because sometimes there will be people like, ito yung team ko, it doesn't work out, whatnot. So, it's really good that we have people and players like you that bring each other up Kasi captains can only do so much, and players with a good environment and vibe, sabi nga nila, like you guys. That's really cool. And I hope that our listeners would take note of this very crucial mindset and discipline. So, yun. So, Zenith, ikaw, ano masasabi mo sa mga hot takes nila?
Actually, for the most part, yun nga, I agree. Um, being as somebody na katulad nga itong dalawang to, had the entire storm last season, played all 12 weeks. And for the most part, ayoko naman i-flex, but at the same time, the results
Ayaw
kind
ko
of just,
mag-flex.
but the results speak for themselves nga naman talaga na if you have a good environment, a good support system, and the right mindset talaga, it even if it seems like, ano ba, yan, maglalaro na naman ako next week. The to the point na, oh, wait, I'm in the top 10? Whoa, when did that happen?
Nice, nice, nice. And iba rin talaga yung, as Billy, or rather Asterix mentioned earlier, na you accumulate experience, especially when you battle
Mhm.
against good
Yes.
players. So that's really important as for growth in anybody. Sabi nga nila.
Yeah, and somebody nga who had his personal debut sa PGP via PPTL, experience talaga that I've accumulated across my past 3 seasons has been invaluable to me. So actually, speaking of experiences and qualities na you shared, that
Earlier.
makes a great player, ano naman yung parang qualities na hinahanap nyo sa isang like, sabi natin dream captain nyo? Like, what's your fever dream of a captain? Like, parang katok-katok na rin sa mga captains next season.
Oo, kasi it's very important na hindi lang you take the lead. Well, of course, there are qualities that makes a successful team. Like we have a lot. One example is siguro the longest running team sa EGE is always there, diba? So and the results are, I think they never had any season na laglag sila sa sa playoffs or whatnot, diba? As far as I know. So it actually shows great leadership. So not to put them on the spot or anything, but parang mga ganun, ano yung hinahanap nyo sa isang captain?
Sa akin, hinahanap ko sa isang captain is yung may strong sense of responsibility, like yung ugali niya. Kung may mga pagkukulang man yung teammate niya is hindi siya na hihiya o hindi siya magbaback out na palabasin kung ano man yung pwede bang kaka-improve nila.
So for you mostly about giving feedback. Parang bakit ka gamit ng Saida ko kaya ng Pikachu or na kung ano pinipilit mo, di naman nag-work. Parang mga ganon. Or sa ugali ba? I mean, could you give us more example ng gusto mo sa ganyang bagay? Kun.
I think naglag yata siya.
Naglagata. Sige, while naglalag pa si Kun, for you, Billy.
Yeah, so I'm going to activate my future sight ability here, and I bet we're gonna get into specifics later on. Mag-name drop tayo mamaya. So for now, I'm gonna focus on like general qualities muna, no? So in a captain, different players and different leaders have different strengths, right? So I feel like as players, na nag-draft lang naman kami, I don't think it's that easy to pick one attribute that I'd look for in a captain. So the right attitude, as Kun mentioned kanina, no? You have the strong drive and willingness to lead your team. And if you have that kind of attitude about it, mahan po rin yung niche mo eh. Be it in terms of scouting or networks mo, or maybe you're leading your team in terms of ideas, team building, or maybe you're providing a lot of practice opportunities to your teammates. You just have to find that one thing you're good at as a leader, and then, go from there. And it kind of branches off dun sa second point, no? I think I would really love if a leader can highlight the qualities that they see in their teammates. Like, for example, you see a teammate that's particularly creative in their team choices, and you think the team could benefit if magbe-benefit if they could share more ideas to the rest of the team. So yeah, finding strengths of each team member and finding their niche, I think that's very underrated aspect of a team leader.
I agree, and that actually makes people's unique skill shine. Ika nga, you're utilizing the characteristics of a player, be it they have this creative side on them, or sometimes they have the right meta call, or even the battle experience. Because sometimes you're not good at team building, but you're good at you have this crazy battle intuition. You know, you can predict like crazy. Pero ayun, that's really great, and basically sharing the best practices and you make them shine. No, okay. So I think hindi na ata naglalag si Kun. Naglalag pa ba?
Unless nag-lag again.
Okay.
Then just now.
Grabe yung timing nun. So, with that, asterisk, bro, you're saying something kanina about a lot of specific things that you like in a captain. And earlier in our rather pre-recording discussions kanina, you're saying something I won't say because I'll give you the liberty for that. But if ever, since you mentioned something about the qualities of a captain that you want, what are the things? This is in general, by the way, because you have been through a lot of captains. You've been through a lot of captains for other teams. What is the thing that you want captains to change? This is in general, okay, because you have the most experience here in terms of being a player.
Right. So, can you elaborate on what you mean by what I want for captains to change?
For example, there will be captains na parang dictator or sometimes too democratic or too mellow na parang okay sige I'll just set the match who's gonna play mga ganong bagay. I mean, I'm not particular on anything pero meron din kasi iba na okay you must do this regiment or else you won't get drafted for the next week's match. I mean, it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It's up to you. But is there anything that you'd notice sa mga captains, ano ba? Hindi siya trait eh. Management style that as a player, you think is not helpful. And this is speaking from all of the years, not just the season, the previous season, whatnot.
I see. Okay. So, this is kind of a very interesting question, no? Kasi you don't really think about these things a lot. You're always just thinking of like the game in itself.
Mm.
Pero the leadership ecosystem. That's something that's interesting to bring up. And I think I touched on this a little bit with my player spotlight with Zenith a while back. And I think that part is captains aren't really moving with intention, no? Like they're just going through every week as it is without really a clear road. Like just going through their matchups pretty much without any idea of their target for like the next 3 weeks, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better if captains always move forward with a clear vision in mind. Like, okay, let's say for example, medyo napapansin ko si players 2 and 3, they're having a bit of a struggle in their game. So, I think it would be good if I take the time para ma-help sila specifically mag-develop. So that's intention. Another thing is, if you're moving with intention as a team captain, as I would prefer, no, you're really leveraging yung option to have captain's draft, for example.
Mm-hmm.
A big fan of captain's draft kasi dun mo talaga mapipili yung matchups mo eh.
Mm.
So, sometimes team captains can really leverage that para mapili kung sinong players or would have more battle experience with veteran players para tumaas yung nila, 'di ba? Yung exposure nila. So yeah, it's all about intention. I think a lot of teams would benefit if more captains move with a strong sense of intention and purpose in their leading of their teams.
I see, yeah. That's actually pretty a good insight. Sabi mo nga kanina, you're gonna activate your future sight. So I think this applies to your sentiments for captains. And I think captains who hear this or listen to this would really have this aha moment. Ayun. So, I think Kun is back. Kun, welcome back.
Okay na po ba?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay lang. Question nila kanina, we're just gonna go back to this is, earlier you said something about a captain taking responsibility or taking care of you? Anything specific on how you want captains to take responsibility? Parang anong medyo targeted
Okay.
na gusto mong gawin nila? Ay, ideal lang to, ideal. Parang wishlist lang.
So basically, last season, PPTL season 9, I just started my work. So I started my work. So basically, yun yung first job ko. So naging busy ako. Nawalan ako ng motivation na maglaro ng Pokemon. And week, that's the season na lahat ng week ay nalaro ko. So yung isa sa tinutukoy ko is yung parang activity man lang sa team na makakapag-motivate sa'yo na maglaro nito, na makakapag-motivate sa'yo na, uy, may team building na magaganap, uy, may scrim na magaganap. Yung mga ganong responsibilidad ng isang captain.
I see. Paano kung sabihin natin, may isang captain sabihin, 250 bawat panalo. Bawat match, 250 or 100 pesos per win mo, per game win. Kahit 1-2 ka, may 100 ka. Motivation ba yun sa'yo?
Ano?
Kunwari, bibigyan ka ng 100 pesos per panalo mo.
Motivation yun, syempre.
So, captains, maglalabas na kayo ng pera.
Hindi ko kung ganyan na to si Sir Raka eh. Pero hindi ko alam kung totoo.
Sali tayo sa sa SOSF kapag para malaman natin. Malita ko may mga subscription pa daw sila eh. So, ayun. So, Zenith, anong take mo dito? So, sinabi nila, as a captain.
Wait, parang hindi ako prepared dyan ah.
Ay, sorry, ikaw yung captain dito.
Ako yung na on the spot bigla. Actually, yun nga, first and foremost, thank you sa feedback nyo. Kasi even though I'd like to think na this wouldn't apply to me as a captain, it's great feedback to hear what players of your calibers are actually looking for sa captain sila. So it gives me a better perspective into how I want to approach leading my own team, yun nga, HH. Although, for those right now in HH, alam nyo na kung ano nangyayari. Wink, wink.
Parang hindi ko lang kung tinatakot mo, hindi.
For those who know, you know what's up.
Okay. Alright, thank you. And, ayun. Next, since we're talking about the qualities of a captain, so, eto sana, hindi magkaroon ng bahid ng sus or chismis itong next question ko. But this is most gusto ko yung ganun So ito, this is more on a deal. Because syempre as players, kahit sino player naman, you have your ideal team, especially if you're going to be drafted, diba? So the question is there any captains teams that you look up to that you want to be in someday? Or if not in that team someday, assuming that you're gonna build your own team, what team do you look up to and want to emulate in case that you want to one day step up and take a captain's role? So, mga 3 seconds, bigyan ko kayo time mag-isip. Tapos I think Billy is ready with that, ganyan. So, Billy, go ahead.
Right. So, no. In my experience, no, as having played in the league for many years, I've seen a lot of interesting and very talented leaders, no, who have been captains of their own teams. And I'm gonna keep it blunt talaga. Name drop tayo dito. So some of the coolest captains I've encountered, I think the captains are a bit alike. No, shoutouts to Lychee from Balonlea and si Rap from Lumio. So what I really like about these captains is, aside from being very skilled players in their own right, they have a great sense of humor. So lagi silang nasa parting shot, and even in our live events, no, very witty, and ang dami nilang sinasabi, dami lang ebas that really livens up the scene. And I think having a captain that is, very vibes like that, nakakataas talaga siya ng morale ng team. So that's one aspect. A great personality of with a captain. It not only does it liven the atmosphere in your team, it boosts the morale, and I think it also helps your players be a bit more comfortable. And players who are comfortable, they can explore how they approach the league in their own way. So I think that's really good. And another cap lately been on my radar. Very impressive player to. Ang lakas ng glow up niya, like from a few years pa lang. Very great improvement, no. And I'm talking about si Chocopao or si Ryan Pereira, who is now leading Blackthorn. So what I find really interesting about Chocopao is that he's got a lot of skill sets that makes gathering information and intel so easy and uh, approachable to his team. So I think at this point now, Chocobo is also handling the database of PPTL, by the way. And I'm sure sa team nila sa Blackthorn, they have a database of their own. Baka nga may tracker sila ng lahat ng mga team sheets ng ano eh. I don't know, that's just speculation. But I'm really, really impressed with Chocopao's skills to collate data to make yung preparation ng team nila all that much better. So I think those are qualities that they're complete qualities. So a personality and great information handle, and then there are players naman who have really stood the test of time and have pretty much established their legitimacy as leaders through might. And I'm talking about players like, let's say, for example, si Tyrant, who is the captain of Evergrande Emperors. And it's a unique case of being a captain who leads by example, who leads. I think it's not a secret to anyone that he's the champion of 2023 Philippine Nationals. And being in the company of a player like that who has that degree of accolades, it really inspires the rest of the team. Although maybe at the beginning, no, you might feel pressured to keep up, a little bit intimidated. I think eventually it creates a very competitive atmosphere that drives you to find it in yourself to perform better. So yeah, a great personality, great skills to leverage yung info natin, especially in a league like PPTL, and leading by examples. Those are qualities that I really find impressive in our current league.
Yeah, that's quite. First off, gusto ko yung mag-name drop ka talaga. And that's good. That's good. And I agree to what you've said. All of it. Very, very accurate and true. I just want to add kay Chocopao, I mean, aside sa information gathering, because there's a big difference between gathering the info and presenting it in a way na people would understand it and analyze it and make use of that information. Kasi yung iba, I'm just gonna gather this and dump it to you. Bahala ka na mag-meta call. And sa kanya, there's organization, there's structure, there's a storytelling to it. So, grabe, props talaga sa kanya. And, of course, never been too close with Lychee and Rap, pero in the few encounters that I have with them, yeah, they're pretty vibe. Ang saya-saya nga nila kasama. Tyrant, of course, what can we say? It's Tyrant. I think the name speaks for itself sa community natin na as you've said, wala na akong masabi dun, wala na akong ma-add dun eh. Zenith, so ikaw, anong masasabi mo sa inputs ni Asterisk?
Actually, yun nga, I can definitely attest doon sa what you said about kay Ty actually. Yung leading by example kasi iba pa rin talaga yung style of leadership na you, and it would inspire just the rest of your team to follow suit. Parang isa yun sa mga hinahangaan ko din actually talaga na qualities kay Ty. Just his overall like charisma can basically just lead the team in and of itself.
Ano yung manga na yon? Yung Kingdom? Alam niyo yon? Yung manga na Kingdom.
Yes.
Parang siya yung sila Oki, yung I'm just gonna charge and people will follow. Mga ganon. So,
Yes.
grabe yun. So, sorry, before natin i-hug, tapos baka mamaya magana na tayo, mag-fanboys na tayo dito no, sa mga captains na nabanggit ni Asterisk. Kun, ikaw, I mean, you mentioned third season, I think, no?
With season.
Ayun. So, sa experience mo or at least sa network na napansin mo for the entire league, who are the captains or the teams that you look up to, and or if ever that you're gonna build your own team, sino yung gusto mong i-emulate na team?
First, captain na I find interesting is si Tatin,
Mhm.
si Justin. Nung first season ko ng PPTL 8 ata yun is walang nag-draft sa kanila. So, isa siya sa nag-lead ng lockout team. Then, sa lockout team na yun is, I think wala siyang talo sa season na yun. Then, going sa season 8, ay season 9 pala is, from being a lockout team to a playoffs team. So, we can see the
Season 7
responsibility
pala.
that,
Season 7.
sorry.
Okay lang, okay lang. Go, go, go. Sorry, nakat kita. Kun, go. Sorry, sorry. Hindi kita kinakat, bro.
Okay, rinig po ako.
Ayan, dinig ka na, dinig ka na. Nawala ulit. Kun? Yun sa seasons tatin.
Hello?
Ayun, yun. You're back.
Sorry.
Okay lang.
Captain na nakakuha ng interest ko is si Tating. So, nung season 7 is, yun yung rookie season ko. Then, napansin ko is ay lockout team. Then, ang nag-lead ng team na yon is si Tatin. So, nakalaban ko siya nung season na yon and na-observe ko na wala siyang talo. Then, going to the next season, from knockout team to a playoffs team, then maganda ang napakita ng team nila. And I can just imagine yung responsibilidad na ginawa niya kung paano sila nakahantong sa record na yun.
Yeah, the evolution from a Magikarp to a Gyarados. Now, I think Mega Gyarados yung ano nila. Ang susunod kay Gigantamax, Terastalize. Grabe, ano gimmick ang susunod. Sabi nga namin ni Tatin, kapag natalo ka from Gyarados, balik ka to Magikarp pa. So, yun, thank you, thank you. Very good input siya. So, ikaw Zenith, kung player ka, kinino ka gustong mapunta? Sinong gusto mo mag-take the lead sa isang Zenith?
But parang nasasama ako sa ano today na on the spot ako today
Oo, para masaya. Actually, sabi ko, hindi talaga ako usang hanap ko eh. Gusto ko lang ng additional roast.
To be fair, I've actually never thought of it on a deeper level. Aside from the people who, sige, tayo. Aside from the people who have quote-unquote promised me a retirement home, that being specifically, although minsan ayaw niya aminin, si Tai,
Mhm.
he has mentioned before na he would be willing to look in my direction if I did get into the draft pool. And the other being si Tatin. Then, for Tai, well, TBH, I think it speaks for itself now why anyone would want to be part of EGE.
Mhm.
The name speaks for itself. Come on. In the case of Tatin and Levincia, actually, well, minor reason, although inside joke namin to ni Tatin, is kasi siya yung nag-ampon sa anak ko ng GML2. Shoutout kay Hendy. But actually, the bigger part of that is I really like his initiative back in season 7 to lead the lockout team. This is actually something na I openly admit na the reason why I became a captain on my debut season was because natakot akong masama sa lockout team. So I was like, I'm gonna just take matters into my own hands and lead the team from the get-go. So his initiative really resonated with me. And I believe we see the game and other things in life on similar levels na rin. If you know what I mean. Hi, Tatin. Wink, wink.
Pero ayos din yan because here's the thing. What I like about lockout teams because actually Anistar is also one of the lockout teams back in season 7. And I think I was kind of forced like, you know what? Similar to Zen, I'm just gonna take it to my own hands. Build a team. You just grab who pings first because I think it's gonna be they're gonna be active because they want to join a team. So parang yun yung mindset ko na I don't know these guys, but whoever says yes first gets it. And when Tatin also stepped up, grabe sabi ko, oy, hands down, hands down. Not a lot of people can do that. So, ayun. I think, Zen, may sasabihin ka pa ata eh. Sorry, nakat kita.
Actually, okay lang, okay lang. Actually, there is actually one more person na I'm hoping would look in my direction if I do choose to subject myself sa draft pool. This person is actually somebody who I heard is considering leading a team next season. I think halata na sa ngumiti dyan sa gilid. Wrong side.
Let's go.
So actually, Billy has mentioned before nga na he was looking into reviving Cerulean Sensations for season 10, and I'm like, if there's any time to be a prisoner, probably time na yon. The reason actually why I'd want to work under Billy, TBH yung mga sinasabi lang niya talaga na not just about improving at the game, but moving forward with intention, not just in Pokemon, but also in life. Finding that balance, finding that purpose, finding that reason. Ito yung tumatak sa akin talaga nung clear spotlight mo, yung what you said about finding your reason to go back to the game.
Ooh.
And up until recently, my personal reason of always coming back to the game is because of the Heart Home Exorcist. Kung wala yung Heart Home, ayan na magiging rason ko. Wait, wrong side. Ayan na magiging rason ko, guys.
Para kinino ka na naglalaro, ganon. Pero ayun grabe. And I think this is a good statement talaga as to why both of you are hindi naman sa bias ako na pre-selected talaga. Because you can see it speaks to itself. Ayun nga, pati nga yung captain na inspire to be led by players like you guys. So, ayun. That's really good. And not because player ka lang, you can't step up. Not because ganito ka, ganyan. You don't need to limit yourself. And I think this topic speaks for itself sa mga ganyang bagay. So, ayun. And I think the last question, hinahanap ko yung malapit kong questionnaire dito, is what, since you guys been in the PPTL for a few seasons, I think that does not apply to Billy na few seasons. Is there anything that you want to see more sa PPTL? Anything na tingin nyo would spice things up or would be better for the next season as a player?
Okay, I'll start dito. So one thing I love the most about PPTL is that it's meta. Kasi unlike normal tournaments, no, you don't play Swiss rounds, you don't play Top Cut. It's just one match per week. So the meta here definitely exists in a different plane. You see so many interesting picks, and I think moving forward, what would make that even more interesting is this doesn't have to be compulsory, but I think it would be interesting if teams became more open to having scrimmages with other teams. Kasi, that would, not relieve some pressure in the players. Kasi not every match they have to play against other teams is going to be, may stakes lagi.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of parang how countries were, parang malilift yung Sakoku decree from Japan. So hindi na parang divided siya among teams. So, I think it would make the committee a bit more lively, and we're going to definitely some interesting picks and developments of PPTL if we pursue that direction of more scrimmages moving forward.
All right. Actually, that's pretty good. So, and it's really nice kasi if you can scrim without any pressure, with other players because that's the main point of the game. You want to play with others, diba? And have fun. Going back to what you've said, enjoyment. So if you can play with more people, it's gonna make people learn a lot from each other and tataas yung level ng Pokemon VGC here in the PH. So yeah. And Kun?
For me, hindi ko alam kung consider ba siya as pag-add kasi parang ginawa na siya sa last season pero hindi siya natuloy, which is yung pag-upload ng mga matches ng mga players sa Facebook page or YouTube channel, which is pagiging proactive ng league na maka-attract pa ng mga players na mag-join. Then, malay natin, may makita silang player na magustuhan nila yung playstyle, then i-idolize, pangarapin nila na makalaban at talunin balang araw. So, para sa akin, isa yun sa makakapag-spice up ng league.
Nice. So it's gonna be like, hey guys, my name is Christian Kun Vista. And here we have another video featuring the championship team of ganyan-ganyan ganun ba? Parang Aaron Cybertron Zang ba? Okay, narinig ko na yung crow, sorry. Narinig ko yung crow. Narinig ko yung crow. Ayoko na. Niisip ko bakit ko ginagawa to minsan.
We are media team Enzo. We need, kailangan din kapalag mukha natin minsan.
Hindi ko alam ko. Gusto ko yung how epically failed that was that it could be part of a content. Kun, thank you. Hindi mo kami na magandang content. Anyways,
Magandang blooper reel.
magandang blooper reel. So, lastly, first, kanina babalik ako yung sinabi ko, thank you nga pala ulit for making time. I know you guys are busy and I've heard that you have this MWF regiment that you have there in Vermilion. And ayun, I just want to ask you guys for words of encouragement for players or if you want to invite them to the PPTL, parang ganun. Anything that you want to say for people who are not yet part of the PPTL rather. You can start with Asterisk.
Yeah, so definitely, if you're looking to improve at the game and you're not sure where to start, there's always PPTL, diba? Not only will you get to play with very high caliber players, you'll also be surrounded in the company of seasoned players or right. Definitely, if you want to be better at the game or you want to have more friends in the community, welcome kayo dito.
All right. Kun?
So for everyone who want to test their skills and want to improve competitively, join PPTL. May mga captain na pwedeng mag-guide sa inyo para malabas yung skill na meron kayo.
All right. So Asterisk Kun, thank you so much. And ayun, bago pa ako mag-blooper ulit. So again, my name is Enzo. This has been your host, and thank you for dropping by the Captain's Couch. And I'm joined in by my awesome chismosong Captain Zenith. So ayun, hopefully we can see you in the next episode of the Captain Lounge. See you and take care. Peace.